enjoyed the bye week? Because it's time to get back after it on Hit Sticks from the Star in Frisco with Barry Church. Isaiah Stanback, I'm Kyle Yeomans. Cowboys versus the Rams in Week 8 of the NFL season. We've got a fun matchup. We're going to break it down for you and knock it out of the park like the Rangers right after this. The Cowboys have had the bye week now to review the game plan and go back and see some of the things they've done right and some of the things they could certainly work on here in the 2023 season. But here on Hit Sticks, we're going to break down one of the things that we think the Cowboys could do better, and it starts with the ground game. Tony Pollard over the last 3 games, just 34 carries for 76 yards. It hasn't been good. He's averaging under 4 yards a carry, whereas last year he averaged 5.2 yards per carry. So Isaiah, I ask you the question, it's what Mike McCarthy's going to have to figure out as well. How do you take Tony Pollard higher into the overall game plan?
Well, you just got to find a way to get him to rock. I mean, Dallas is doing a good job of having one of the most carries per game in terms of 30 carries per game prior to this bye week. But, you got to get your guy included, man. I don't care if that comes in the form of counters, if that comes in the form of stretch plays and zones, but you have to get him out on the mark. I know most people are going to say, oh, get him on the screen game and get him on this. Listen up. If you don't have a base established run game, none of that stuff matters. DCBC can tell you if I don't have a threat in the backfield that's actually going to come downhill, then all the other stuff doesn't matter at all.
Yeah, without a doubt. If you don't have a run game to solidify your offense, defenses are just going to go out there and they're going to pick you apart. And that's what this Rams defense is going to have to do this week, because outside of Aaron Donald, who is a complete monster, who is still a dog in this league, outside of them, they really don't have anything to generate a pass rush. In the past, they had an Ashawn Robinson. They had a Leonard Floyd out there who can also play along with Aaron Donald. They don't have that this year. So they're going to have to generate pressure by blitzing and adding other people. And that's exactly what DCBC is going to do right here. Try to generate that pressure, and we'll see what the Dallas Cowboys offense can do with it.
All right, let's see what we got here. I don't like the way this looks right here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to flip this. I'm going to go over real quick. You don't see his arms going up, but in real life, he's going to say over. All right, bam. Okay, yes, there goes the shift I'm looking for.
Yep, there it is.
You know what? I like the way that you adjusted. So I'm going to go ahead and make one more move right here. Yeah, I'm going to send CD over there. I got to have a lot of motion. We talk about pre-snap and pre-snap motions, shifts, all that stuff. Got to make it look good. Bam, here we go. Ooh.
Oh, what a block on the outside.
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
Oh, my goodness.
That's what I'm talking about. You look at the That's what I'm talking about. Get him going, Big
I love
T.
the energy. Love the energy.
Let's take a peek at that real quick.
This one.
That was nice. Now, we talked about how in previous weeks how this offense needs to get to pre-snap shifts, pre-snap motions. We did 2 shifts there, okay? We flipped sides, okay? Then I brought CD across. You see that on some of the most successful offenses in the league, okay? So now, what does that do for you? Now you spread things out. You get the looks that you want, okay? We have leverage. Now you have numbers. I have from Tyler Biadasz all the way out to Schoonmaker. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys on your 5 guys, okay, in terms of that left side of the line.
Yes.
That is the numbers that you're looking for as an offense, okay? CeeDee Lamb can handle his assignment. You're looking for one-on-ones, okay? So if you can't have an advantage numbers-wise, I at least want to have fair numbers, okay? Yes. So that's what you have right here. Ball gets snapped. Coming off the line, you see Tyler Smith is unintruded, okay? He has just free access over to that linebacker. Boom!
Goodness.
Man, I'm going to run that back. We got to see that up close.
That was
goodness.
Oh,
all right, big. There you go right there. Big T. Smith. That's what you want. Now, right off the bat, you see how him and Tyron now, because of the pre-snap shifts, have now free access to the second level. Tyron Smith's going to get a nice little double team. Big Tyler.
Yeah.
Flattened him. That's what you want. You want your big dog on their little dogs or their medium dogs. So now that we've seen that, let's go back out here to TP. All right. Now we got TP coming out. Boom, he gets the ball. He's out on the edge. Big block, okay, and the linebacker from T. Smith. Now, this is what you want. This is the plays from Tony Pollard that you're used to seeing in previous years. That's how you got to get it. Okay, you got CD down there on the edge getting a good block, and now you get to utilize his speed. Boom, he gets one tackle right there. We like to think in real life he's going to shake that guy off, but those are the matchups that you're looking for. And then look at the big 73. That's the turn-up that you want, baby. Let me get over here to him. This is the turn-up that you want post-snap from your offensive lineman. Get him cranking all day.
Man, that was a heck of a play call, IRS right there. You use Tony Pollard's speed to get to the outside, and you love to see this from your young left guard out there, getting to the second level, punishing those linebackers out there, putting them down. And if you let the play ride a little bit, you'll see. Once he put him down, look at that safety. He stops his feet like, hold on.
Ooh, I don't want
no smoke right there. I don't want no smoke. And then Tony Pollard uses that to his advantage and gets to the edge. Great call. Hopefully we see some of that come Sunday.
Tony Pollard able to get to the edge that time into open space. But what happens when there's not as much space? Aaron Donald is a space eater for that Rams defense. He's going to challenge this offensive line. How do the Cowboys combat that? We'll tell you when we come back with more Hit Sticks right after this.
Cowboys Hit Sticks, presented by Madden NFL 24, is also brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors, the official sporting goods retailer of the Dallas Cowboys. And by AT&T, official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. This segment is brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors, official sporting goods retailer of the Dallas Cowboys.
Welcome back into Hit Sticks from the Star in Frisco. We just talked about Tony Pollard and how we could get him into open space because the Cowboys have not done so after the last 3 games. But now with the bye week in the rearview mirror, they'll have another challenge to welcome in with arms wide open. It's Aaron Donald. And the way that you actually look at Aaron Donald, of course, he's a game wrecker. He hasn't been the same level of defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald, but my goodness, he can still make things happen. Barry Church, how does he present a challenge to this offensive line, and how are things going to change for the Cowboys this week?
Well, when you talk about Aaron Donald, this guy, he may be up there in years, but he is still one of the most dominant defensive linemen, period. I don't care if you're talking about interior, you're talking about outside. This guy has a motor and a talent that is unmatched in the NFL, and I think he can make big problems for this Cowboys offensive line. What they're going to do is they're going to look out for a matchup. They're going to say, you know what, who do we think Aaron Donald can beat on a consistent basis? In my opinion, they're going to try to put him over Tyler Biadasz. But if you do that, if you do put him over the center, it makes it easier for the Cowboys to double team and kind of combo block him to take him out of there. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put him on the island with Tyron Smith on that left side. I understand Mr. Smith is a Hall of Famer. He's a beast. This should be a heck of a matchup out there. But I'm going to give the advantage to Aaron Donald when we go throughout this game.
Okay, I see what you did there.
So what you going to do?
What I'm going to do is, well, I tell you what, I'm not going to leave him out there one-on-one. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and slide it to the left, okay? I'm going to make sure that I have a little bit of extra help. Because we got the young, stout Tyler Smith out there that's swole. He like to throw hands on people. So I'm going to put him and Tyron on big old
let that happen?
Yeah,
you
Aaron
think I'm
Donald.
gonna let that happen?
Yeah,
I'm gonna go ahead and slide a little bit over there like that. Man, I'm not gonna let y'all combo block me like that.
Okay.
This is all about matchups and one-on-ones, and I think we can win that one on the left side.
Okay, all right, I see you. I see you now. I'm gonna raise you.
Okay, what you got?
I'm gonna raise you. I'm gonna go ahead and bump him over on this side. Just add a little bit extra
That's
help.
what you gonna do?
Yeah,
Some pepper on
brother.
there. All right.
Here we go.
Oh,
Let's go.
you bought time.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm
Able to
talking
win the
about.
one-on-one right there.
Good job in
Okay,
the pocket,
okay.
Dak. Good job in the
Let's
pocket.
see what he did.
Let's see what happened here, okay? Hey, now, you did a great job, okay? You saw the matchup originally, and then I went ahead and slid my protection. As soon as I slid my protection, you bumped him out even further. This is what's been giving Dallas problems over the past few weeks, okay? The last few opponents. All right, Khalil Mack did it.
Yes.
Did it against the Dallas Cowboys. Bosa did it against the Dallas Cowboys. Whoa, the original Bosa, okay?
the original.
Nick Bosa, okay? He did it against the Cowboys. Sliding outside, not even just a 9 shape, but a 10, 11, okay?
He's way out there.
Way out there, okay? He's causing some havoc there. So let's see what took place on this play as we play it through. Okay, you see the slide protection. There is one-on-one, okay? But you see things are bumping out. They gave a little bit, okay? Everybody has their one-on-one matchups. It's giving Dak the opportunity to sit in here. In this pocket, you see how I'm kind of fading to the right a little bit, okay? I know that Aaron Donald, the danger's on the left, so I'm going to fade to the right just to buy myself a little bit of time, as you see there, because he eventually wins.
He does.
He eventually wins. But because of the distance that I was able to create by shuffling over to the right side in the pocket, Dak's able to deliver a nice little ball right over yonder. And once you're able to get the ball, try to make something happen with it. Positive play, but it starts by identifying where your problem's at and working away from it.
Well, let me ask you a question, OCIRS. Do you believe that Tyron Smith can hang one-on-one against Aaron Donald throughout this game? Does he need that help on the outside to contain such a beast?
I'm going to try to give him all the help as possible, right? Just so as soon as I saw you bump that shade out, what did I do? I moved Tony Pollard over there.
Yep.
That's not an indictment on Big Tyron, but it's just to say, hey, this dude is an absolute beast, right? And if out of the 60, say you throw the ball 40 times, okay? 40 balls, all right? You have 40 opportunities to go one-on-one. If he wins 2 of those matchups, that could be a game record.
That's true.
Right? So the game of percentages, I have to make sure that my quarterback is protected and that I don't allow 99 to go ham.
Aaron Donald might be a heavy hitter on the interior of that defensive line, even can push outside, as you saw there from Barry Church, but the Cowboys are going to have to handle him up front. But they have another challenge waiting on the offensive side of things for the Rams. They've got a 1-2 punch in the middle of their lineup. It's Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp. How do the Cowboys react when we come back with more Hit Sticks?
This segment was brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors, official sporting goods retailer of the Dallas Cowboys.
Welcome back into Hit Sticks with Barry Church, Isaiah Stanback. I'm Kyle Yeomans, continuing to preview the Cowboys and the Rams in Week 8 of the NFL season. And of course, with the Rams coming to town, it's always known Cooper Kupp brings a certain challenge. One of the shiftiest, slippery slot receivers in all of the NFL. But this year, he's not alone. He's not necessarily the only target for Matthew Stafford in this Rams offense. You have Puka Nacua coming in, making that rookie impact like Evan Carter, and doing some incredible things for this offense in Los Angeles. So, gentlemen, Isaiah, it's a challenge. How does the Cowboys challenge them back and try and make some success this week?
I'm going to leave that one up for DCBC because what I do know is what I've been seeing on film is Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua present a lot of problems because these dudes are both very viable options. Puka Nacua is going up and making some big plays. He's very physical. Cooper Kupp is still Cooper Kupp, okay? Fresh legs coming off an injury, all right? And now these dudes are always in the stagger stance. They seemingly are always in a condensed set right in each other's hip pocket, and they make it really hard for teams to be able to decipher who's going to take who.
Yeah, this is the Cowboys defense, they're in a conundrum right now because not only do you have Puka Nacua, who's been the surprise of the National Football League, but you also got Cooper Kupp, who we all know what he represents out there. But let's not sleep on Tutu Atwell out there? Yeah. He got speed galore. When you talk about somebody who can just take the top off of a defense, he can do just that. So I'm slightly worried right now about the aggressiveness of a Dan Quinn's defense. You know, he loves to run that man-to-man coverage and get pressure on the quarterback. But going against a veteran quarterback like Matt Stafford, if you go out there and you show him the study guide and you play man-to-man coverage, he can pick you apart. So right now what we're going to have to do defensively, we're going to have to disguise these coverages. We're going to have to make Matt Stafford think post-snap rather than knowing what the defense is pre-snap. If we can confuse him with that and hopefully this defensive line can get pressure, we might have a chance. But this receiving core that they have matched with this quarterback, it's a problem that we're going to have to solve.
All right, let's see if you can figure it out.
Get off of that.
Oh!
Love to see it, baby. I love to see it, man. Let's go take a look at this right here. Let's take a quick look at this, man, because that was a heck of a play by Malik Hooker back there. Let's go from a defensive perspective right here. We're going to go all the way back to Mr. Hooker, who made the pick right here. Zoop. There we go right there. As we can see right here, you guys, like you said in the beginning, these Puka Nacua and Kupp love to be in these condensed sets. These sets that it's hard to run man-to-man against because if you have a stacked alignment like that and you play man-to-man, those guys are going to get picked all day. So what I decided to do here was play a cover 3 zone. And what I did was I disguised it a little bit, made it seem like those guys were pressed up so Matt Stafford has to think post-snap. They did a great job of bailing out. As you see, everybody's eyes are on the quarterback. Malik Hooker's eyes are on the quarterback. You see Deron Bland on the right side, eyes on the quarterback. Gilmore on the left side, eyes on the quarterback as well. Everybody is looking to see where this ball is being thrown while the routes are developed. Hooker does a great job staying in his post, reading the quarterback's eyes and getting a heck of a jump. As you see right there, Damone Clark made the quarterback throw a little bit more air under the football, which gave Hooker a little bit more time to break and react and make a heck of a play right there, high pointing the football, getting the ball back for his team right there and making a play out of it. We need to see a lot of that come Sunday because Matt Stafford and this offense, they're coming and they're a heck of a thing to do.
Let me see something real quick.
Go ahead,
just real quick, okay? One thing that I also want you to be aware of, and I want you to see how do you counter this? Because I decided to go with the deep route on this one, okay? But I want you to pay attention to right behind Mr. Puka Nacua, okay? All right, I want you guys to see what's happening right behind him. All right, so at the second level here, you see it clearing out, okay? So obviously Cooper Kupp, I'm running right across the face of the safety.
Yes.
That's his job, okay? But you talked about the eyes of Mr. Damone Clark, okay?
Yes.
Damone Clark, if we go to the second level right here, okay, Damone Clark is looking at the quarterback as well.
Yes.
But what he's not looking at is what's coming right behind him,
Yes.
right? So obviously I took the big shot right there trying to find the big hole. Boom, right there. That's what I saw, okay? But right behind him is whoop. Exactly. So now, how do you defend that? Who's responsible for that, Barry?
You're going to have to see right here as we go, if we flip it around right there, you see the other linebacker, Marquise Bell, right there. Now, this is a young linebacker, all right? He hasn't had much experience there, but he's going to have to get more depth because as we see Cooper Kupp coming across this on this deep over route, you see Damone Clark has it. It's his responsibility to make that ball go over top of him to give that safety time. This is where Marquise Bell has to learn and grow at that linebacker position. As you see, there's no threat in front of you. There's no threat. Get depth. Get depth within the defense to make sure you can take that second window where Nakua is coming across. If Matt Stafford in real life, I believe he'll make that throw and it'll be a big game for the Rams. So this is where Marquise Bell is going to have to grow at his linebacker position.
Might have been a missed opportunity for Matthew Stafford and the Rams, but how about Malik Hooker working over the top, taking away the long ball like Leody Taveras up there at the second level. When we come back here on Hit Sticks, we talk about the deep ball. How can the Cowboys get the big plays back into the playbook right after this? Through the first 6 games of the NFL season, the Cowboys have had some ups and some downs on the offensive side of the football, but they might want to give a call to Adolis Garcia because the long ball has been missing from this offense because, hey, CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, some of these deep threat abilities, they have not been found yet. Isaiah, I put the pressure on you. How do you get the deep ball back into this offensive playbook?
Well, first of all, you run the ball. And once you run the ball, then you can come out in running sets, right? Make it look like you're going to run again, and you can throw it out of those formations, or you can run it off a play action. Either way, you see I'm coming out in a 2-tight set right here, 2 tight ends, running backs in the backfield, okay? You can run your counter from here. You can run your zone read from here. You can run your draw. You can do all those things to make that defense still respect your box. But guess what? You still have Cooks and CeeDee Lamb over here on the ISO.
Yeah, and on the defensive side of the football, you see we're over. So you know what we're in right now. We're in man-to-man coverage. We're going to go ahead and press these guys up just to see what they can do on the outside. You know, I always got to test them out to see if they can hang on the outside with the big boys. So I'm going to go ahead and press those guys up on the outside. And let's see if Dak Prescott still has that magic from a couple weeks ago when he put the team on his back and making throws to win the game. Let's see if he still has some of that left in the tank.
Here we go. Single high safety. Single man coverage, it looks like. See what we got. Bam. Gotta win. Gotta win. Let's go. Oh! Hey, that's the look you want, though, okay? So I'll show you guys real quick what that looked like. Even though I didn't complete it, the opportunities are still there. Sometimes you got to come back around to it later on in the game. So here we go, right off the bat. Okay, you got the single high coverage. We're going to go right here to B. Cooks in the slot. What is B. Cooks seeing? B. Cooks wins on the inside, right off the back. A lot of times you want him to win on the outside, so you have to stretch that safety. But when on the inside, there's nobody here to stop him.
Nothing.
That's what he's looking for. Dak has to find a way to drive the ball right here on the inside. If he's able to drive the ball to him on the inside, he can make a big play. But if he was to take the proper release, I want you guys to see what that looks like, okay? If he would have went outside, now all of a sudden he puts stress on this safety. If I can get a way to find that safety, there we go. He will put stress on the safety. You guys see him. I want him going right down the numbers right there. Now that safety has to make a decision, okay? And if that safety makes a decision, then you have your tight ends on the backside, and they're running seams as well. Would have been a perfect opportunity for them to do so. I don't know, DCBC, how do you defend that?
Yeah, right now when you look at this, all of these guys are playing outside leverage. They have a low wrap player at number 53, the linebacker you see in the middle. He's responsible for all the shallow stuff. And then you got a deep hole player in number 43, Johnson, back there, who's responsible for all the deep middle of the field stuff. So exactly what these DBs did, they did a heck of a job of funneling everything down into the middle of that safety. You see each of those guys out there forced a release on the inside. CeeDee Lamb is the only one that was able to win on the outside, and he actually had his defender beat. That's where Dak Prescott should have went with the football, but you see everybody else outside leverage, forcing everything into that middle of the field safety. That's the option right there that Dak Prescott wants to throw. CeeDee Lamb beat him on the outside and has a step. That's where they got to go with the football.
So there you have it, the Cowboys and some ways for them to win against the Rams in Week 8. When we come back here on Hit Sticks, we wrap things up like the Rangers in Game 7. We give you guys versus the game next. Welcome back into the final segment of Hit Sticks with Isaiah Stanback and Barry Church. I'm Kyle Yeomans. Let's take a look at how Madden predicted the Week 8 matchup with the Rams would go, and it went well for the Dallas defense. Matthew Stafford picked off 4 times in this one. Count them, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the former Highland Park product threw it to the Dallas defense quite often. CeeDee Lamb ended up with 2 touchdowns, and the Cowboys win it 24-17. So Madden thinks the Cowboys will win in Week 8. Barry Church, what do you say?
I'm with Madden on this one. I think it's going to be a tight one, but I do believe Matt Stafford turns the ball over at least twice.
Ooh.
Dallas gets a W.
So half as much as Madden thinks.
I think it's going to be double what Madden thinks because I think Dallas is about to go ham. Not the interceptions.
Okay.
All right. I think it's going to be about. I think the interceptions will be right. I think that they're going to get him. They hit him in his chest, make him uncomfortable, and I think this Dallas offense will find a way to catch fire.
I think so too. I think this is one of those get-right games for the Cowboys. Not like they needed. They just came off of a big win. That was really the get-right game against the Chargers. This is that next step. This is the one where you're looking after it. You got a little bit of rest. You got your feet underneath you. This is going to be a good week for the Cowboys. Give me Dallas with the win. Hope you had as much fun as we did here on Hit Sticks. For Isaiah Stanback, Barry Church, I'm Kyle Yeomans. We'll see you next week from the Star in Frisco.
Cowboys Hit Sticks, presented by Madden NFL 24, was also brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors, the official sporting goods retailer of the Dallas Cowboys, and by AT&T, official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys.